What's going on, guys, and welcome to the soft top replacement video. I told you guys about this in an update just a couple days ago, and here we are. We're going to replace the soft top. I know I said a couple days ago I'm wearing the same clothes. It's the same day. I'm just posting this a few days after I posted the update. Sorry, stay off my butt. Anyway, I'm going to show you a couple things that you're going to need first to start off with. A new soft top. Yeah, go figure, right? Lay it out in the sun. That allows the fabric to stretch when you actually put it on, okay? During shipping and storage of the soft top from the manufacturer, it can tend to shrink or expand depending on the temperature it's stored in. So, what I like to do is I like to store it out in the sun, or lay it out in the sun for a little bit before I actually start the project. A good time to do that would be about 10-15 minutes before you plan on taking off the old one, okay? Another thing you're going to want to grab is a Phillips head screwdriver. There are screws in the header of the soft top that you're going to need to take out, but you also want to use a screwdriver to put them back in. I am going to take them out with a small impact drill. Okay. A towel. A towel is going to be helpful for wiping down some of those dusty areas that you find. Also, it's hot out here. I need something to wipe my forehead off with. And lastly, you're going to want a cold beverage. I prefer beer. Whatever you decide you want to drink, have it available. Alright guys, I'm going to start taking this old soft top off, and we'll come back when it's time to put the new one on. Alright guys, I wanted to show you the header here. What I did was what I didn't show you was to remove the Velcro on the crossbow, which goes pretty much above the speaker bar, driver, and passenger seat area. That's attached to the crossbow with Velcro. And then the rear bow that goes across the top here over the back window, that's attached with snaps. You need to remove those as well. And the top is going to be laying under here, folded up. What you're going to want to do is you want to bring that out, flip it up, and then lay it upside down inside the Jeep. So we need to remove these screws. Not all Jeeps are going to have this many screws. Some Jeeps might have 8 screws. This Jeep just so happens to have 14. Okay, we've got the old soft top completely disconnected, and we can dispose of this. Alright, so another thing that I wanted to do while I had the old top off is, in the last couple months, the strap that attaches to the crossbow had snapped. Came off the rivets. And what I need to do is I need to pull those rivets. I need to drill them out. So a good way to actually get your header to stay up is to take the crossbow and kind of rest it on the rear bow, and that'll keep the header up out of your way. It'll keep you from getting your hand smashed. So I need to drill out these rivets here. And I just want to drill the big flat head off. I don't want to drill all the way through, because I can pull the other side out if there is one, but it doesn't feel like there is one. It's probably just going to drop on into that crossbow. And then I'm going to use screws to reattach it. Going to push that through. Now what the webbing is supposed to do is it's supposed to kind of crisscross applesauce, and that's going to help pull the tension on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to verify that from the other side to make sure that I'm going to do this right. I'll be right back. Okay, I was correct. So what I did was I lifted up the other end just to see how the other strap ran to the other one. So what I did was I went out and I got me some new screws, some screws that have like a flange on the head, like a flat flange. I'll show you. Now there's one already in here. So it looks like that. Okay, you can get them in black. You don't need them that long because that cross bow isn't that thick. I didn't know if you can see that or not. There it is right there. So it's got like that flange on the head. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reattach this, and then we're going to reattach the header from the new soft top. Okay guys, what I did with the new top was I went ahead and I just laid it in the back seat of the Jeep upside down. That way this plastic strip of the header for the soft top lays down on top of the header for the bows, the hardware that attaches it to the Jeep. So what I'm going to do, what I've done so far was I started a couple screws right here in the middle. You're going to start with your middle screws. You're going to work your way toward the outside. Now, this header for the soft top, this plastic strip here, has holes in it, but the fabric doesn't have holes in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get it lined up as best as I can and just poke through that fabric. Unless you feel like you want to cut the fabric within those holes, because you should be able to with like a carpenter's knife or something like that, you can cut that fabric out, so that way you have room to slide it back and forth if you're a little off on one way or another. But I'm just going to line it up as best as I can at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these screws in, and I'll come right back. Alright guys, I've got all the screws in there that I have for holes. The problem is that this header has 14 holes in it. This top only came with 8 holes in it. So I'm going to have to get my drill, and I'm going to have to drill the screws that I have left over into the plastic, into these fields that are empty, for where the screws have to go. This is probably the toughest part of a new soft top install, but once you get this taken care of, everything else goes smooth as silk. Alright you guys, I have all the screws in place. I'm going to go ahead and tighten them down. I do want to tell you though that in order for you to tell really whether it's in the correct position or not, is to flip the soft top out toward you so it's laying over the back bumper, and curl this part right here over the edge of the header and make sure that it's not too loose. If it fits fairly snug, you're good. If it seems like it's loose, it's probably a little too far over in the direction where the looseness occurs. So I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these down by hand all the way down, and then we'll flip it up and I'll show you how to curl the edges of the header over. These you want to just make sure you have hand tight. The other screws I decided not to start it with the drill, only because I was afraid that once the screw got in there it was just going to strip out the polymer plastic part of the header. So I just went ahead and did it by hand. I had to exert quite a bit of pressure down on the header in order for it to go through the plastic, because this plastic strip right here is pretty durable. It is tough, man. So just start those screws by hand. We got a few left here, just bear with me. And I know by now you're probably asking yourself, what kind of soft top is this? Well, I'll get into that at the end of the video, because I am not a paid advertiser for the company that makes this soft top. Okay, so I'll get into that at the end. All I can tell you is that I'm pretty sure I made a better decision than the Rampage top that I had on here. So at this point, once you have all the screws hand tight, you want to flip the top out toward you. Pull this header part up like so, and curl the fabric. I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can move the camera in the right spot. There we go. You want to curl the fabric around like that, around the corner of the header. And I'm going to do that on the other side. Just like so. And then we're going to raise the top up like we're putting it up for real. Okay. Alright, at this point the best thing to do is to go ahead and clamp the header down like you normally would if you were putting your soft top up. Just like so. Now, if you did not set it out in the sun long enough, what you can do at this point is leave it up like this in the sun, so that when you start attaching the stuff in the back, it will allow some stretching to occur. But I've had mine out long enough, it's going to stretch. Okay, let's go to the back. Oh my God, look how short these are. Actually, they're supposed to be like that because that's where the stretch comes in, right? So, try to pull this as tight as you can. It's going to pull over the bow at the rear of the, you know what I'm talking about. The rear of the Jeep. You're going to want to stretch this down so that you can get these plastic pieces to go into the groove of the body. It takes a little bit of muscle to do this. Okay, once you have that in place, we'll go to the other side and repeat. Alright, now at this point, what you want to do, and let me tell you, doing that other side was a son of a bitch. You want to make sure that the buttons that hold down this back part are on the outside of that rear bow, and because it has to wrap up around through the inside, so that's what you're going to attach next. So you're going to snap these buttons together. It's pretty difficult, and you're not going to want to stay in the Jeep for very long because it is hot. It is really hot here. And I don't have enough beer to quench this thirst. So I need to hurry. This seems like it's a little bit of a difficult task to do. So I'm going to do this off camera, and we'll come back in just a few seconds. Okay guys, we need to fasten the Velcro on this crossbow right here. So that's the next step that we're going to do. So we're just going to start at one end and just work our way down. We're going to stretch that fabric as best as we can, like I said before. I need to move this seat back so I can get to it better. So just stretch it out. There we go. You want that as tight as possible because the less wind noise, the better, right? I don't know about you guys, but where I live, there's a lot of interstate. I don't want to be going down the interstate, sorry, and not be able to hear my tunes. I love my tunes, especially on that radio I put in. So we're just going to continue all the way across this crossbow until it's completely fastened with the Velcro. Of course, it's probably not real Velcro. It's probably like some generic hook and loop fabric, but I call it Velcro. Alright guys, we're going to tackle this rear window real quick, okay? So I told you to keep this piece right here at the beginning of the video. This is the lower frame for the rear window of the soft top. And it has this groove right here, this round groove, and that's going to fit over this round-ish part right here on the rear window. So I'm going to slide that from one end to the next to get that fitted on there. Just like so, and the orientation of this is just how you see it, okay? These, see if I can see it. Yep. These pieces right here, these are the pieces that go into the brackets on the back of your Jeep, and the rubber seal for the tailgate has to be on the bottom side of this soft top window that you have right in front of you. So that's what we're going to attach to the Jeep next. Okay guys, I had to go get a hat. My face was getting burned up. I could feel it. It's sizzling right now. So the next step that you want to do is to make sure that these zipper pulls on this side are all the way down, because we have to start the zipper from basically from new. So I'm going to take this part, this lower frame that I just put on, and I'm just going to slap that in there. Like so. And then we're going to start the new window in the zipper. There are pulls on each side of this zipper, so it's going to be a little difficult to start at first. And we might have to pull out some of this corner part right here just to get it started. But once you think you got it in there, hold it up like so and just start pulling up on the zipper so it's all lined up. Now I got it to start pretty easy. The top that you get, I don't know. It might not. It depends on the zipper. My zipper is pretty fine as far as teeth are concerned. Your zipper might be more coarse. The only thing I can see that I might have a problem with this zipper being so fine is that it might separate. I hope it doesn't. It does have, this top does have a warranty, so I should be alright. Alright guys, I hope you can see this. I don't know if you can, but this is what I was talking about as far as a fine tooth zipper. The teeth are real close together. They're not very chunky or thick, whereas this one on my old top had real thick, chunky teeth. Alright guys, I'm going to start with the side window on the driver's side. We'll cut away and I'll go ahead and do the passenger side after this, but what I wanted to show you is a little tip that you can use to get this started. This front part right here has these plastic pieces that go up under the door frame. Leave those out. Don't put them in just yet, okay? Wait until you get these windows in first and then put those in, because it's going to help you get the zipper lined up. I would also recommend that you start the zipper a couple clicks, if you will, and then start moving the plastic into the channel to get it sealed up. The instructions for this top said to use a putty knife. Are you kidding me? Use a putty knife? It's so easier to do it this way. Like so. And then finish the zipper. Attach the Velcro on the side. Attach the Velcro on the top. And then insert the plastic on the bottom, the plastic strip on the bottom, into the channel of the side of the Jeep. And what that's going to do is it's going to help pull down on this top Velcro up here as you push it into that channel. Alright, the next son of a bitch that you have to deal with, and let me tell you, this is going to be tough, okay? But remember, keep your patience, is going to be the door skins. I got matching door skins, I got half upper doors, or soft upper doors, I guess. But what you want to do is you want to lay it out on a nice flat surface. Make sure that all the Velcro pieces are pulled apart, and make sure that the window is unzipped. And the reason for unzipping the window is so that the window can stretch and contort in any direction you want it to go, because that solid wire frame for the window is not going to stretch and contort. Alright, so I'm going to get this frame. And if you have these, you know that this scallop part right here is the front, correct? And then the flat rounded part is the back of the door, okay? This is the part, the back of the door, that you're going to want to put on first. And the reason for that is so that you can kind of rock it into place. Just like so. Now, from here, we're going to stretch it like that, open up this part here at the front, and we're going to rock it up like that. If I can get these Velcro pieces to stay unstuck, and we're going to just kind of rock it down into the front part of the half door. That's the soft upper door here, so that it fits into this front pocket. And then from this point on, it's just a stretching game. Alright guys, my camera went dead before I got to finish the skin, but I think you pretty much got the idea. I went ahead and put it down on the Jeep, and I'm going to zip up the window. The zippers on these door skins seem to be a little bit more beefier than the rest of the top, so that kind of blows my mind a little bit. But this front gasket right here, the extra stuff, will actually tuck into the existing seal, and I'll kind of bring the camera over here to show you. So it'll kind of see this part right here. It slides in behind that original weather seal there, and it'll close without cutting any excess off. This part right here, though, I am going to have to cut off. But what I want to do is I want to check the fit. Sorry about my hand being there. So let me point the camera this way. Shut the door. And we still don't have this part connected yet. And the reason why is because I'm looking for door gasket pushing out around here. If you see door gasket pushing out around here, around the seam, what you need to do is you need to open up the door and readjust this Velcro. Keep pulling it this way until this stuff right here does not show from the outside. That's going to give you a nice tight seal. Now, as far as this stuff is concerned, this excess right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably trim a little bit of it off, and then I'm only going to cut. I'm going to cut it long so that I have more to cut off in case I mess up. I don't want it too short. And just go ahead and play with that a little bit, and I can't exactly give you a measurement on how much to cut off. It all depends on the top that you buy. Alright guys, well that's it. I went ahead and trimmed off some of that gasket material, and it fits perfect. I also had reattached the plastic strip on the top of the door where I hadn't attached it yet. And it fits great. Now, here's a couple suggestions for you from here on out. Don't wash the windows, the soft top windows, with a brush. It tends to cloud them up over time because of minute scratches from the brush. Use a soft cloth. For right now, after you're done with installing your top, clean the windows with the soft towel and some Windex. Or window cleaner. Sorry, Windex, I didn't mean to add your name to. I hope you don't copyright infringe me here. Another suggestion would be to leave the top on for a couple days, a couple sunny days. Let the top stretch, because between the rear bow and the front header, it's going to stretch that top. Eventually it's going to be a perfect fit. It usually takes about 3 days. Leave it on for 3 days, and after that, go for a cruise with your wife, go for a cruise with your girlfriend, your significant other, man, whatever, and it'll be a lot easier to put on instead of trying to take it off the first day and going for a cruise then. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next off-road adventure. Not sure what project I'm going to tackle next, but I will be sure that you guys are able to watch. Thanks for watching.